Hello. So to start off, in the not-so-sleepy town of Tabernary, it has become a refuge for a lot of different characters from a lot of different towns, including 6 heroes that all start there. Some of them live there and have built lives, like Galen with his grocery store with his wife. Hemlock has been a visitor that's come in. Jericho is another one of those kind of recent entries, as well as Dash, who found his way through Jericho. Yannick and Aguirre are both champion and acolyte of the Temple of Carahel, and found their way into Tabernary and worked together as a group to keep the place healthy, to keep it pure and keep it well going. Well, we have been sent out on a couple of different missions occasionally to find whether it be a missing idol that was stolen, or whether it would be to make sure that we're recovering some scrolls from some ne'er-do-well wizards. We were a part of that in helping things get back to space. While we were there, both Yannick and Aguirre received a message from the Temple of Carahel asking that they rebuild a larger temple in Carahel, taking over the Renarian Brotherhood, or the old temple that was there. So we approached the mayor in order to do so, and he decided to make a deal with us. Part of that deal was that we would continue the building of the construction of the wall. Not because that we were construction workers, but because construction had been delayed. And there have been a couple of major causes of that, not just because there's unrest within the city, but also because they've been missing some vital ingredients, some major stones that are supposed to be super protective and magical to help protect all of Tabernary. We found out they were called projection stones. And when we went down to the construction site and spoke with Tynor, the foreman that was there, he teamed us up with Merrill, who was one of the city councilmen that wanted to make sure the construction was going underway. The reason we were there was because that was the deal that we struck. If the mayor said that we could get construction back underway and get that ready to go, we would be able to be gifted that temple, the old broken down Renarian Brotherhood temple, and be able to turn it into a Temple of Carahel. So we agreed, and we worked with Merrill, we worked with Tynor, and we head out and started going towards the mines to see if we could recover these projection stones that never made their way back up into town. On our way south through Tabernary, crossing over bridges and fields and taking a couple of days to get down there, we find that there was an overturned wagon. Not just an overturned wagon, but it seems like the wagon of the mining group that was bringing the projection stones back. But it wasn't just overturned, it was attacked. We found that the occupants of the wagon were killed by none other than owl bears. Owl bears are not native to South Tabernary and certainly not plains creatures, so it was a very odd anomaly dealing with them being out there. But in addition to that, there was a demon named Glob, who was watching us from the shadows and came out and was slain. We were able to take care of him, but that was an odd encounter all its own. And it got Jericho's hackles up, because if we are starting to encounter demons and these projection stones are supposed to protect us from great monsters, maybe they're bringing them on and they're carrying them in. When we dispatched the owlbears as well as the demon, we went through the wagon and found that the projection stones were there. Fantastic. But it wasn't all of them. We had 5, we needed 6. So we needed to continue onto the mine to grab the other ones that were out there. And we did. Merrill came along. We made it down to the mines of Dinner, found him in there, basically alone at this point. Anyone that he had worked with before, including the other wizard that had helped him find the magical stones, was missing, was gone. He was discovering that it was far too painful and way too dangerous to continue the mining production. He was mostly just waiting for a ride out. And so he wanted to get paid, wanted to be done. And even though he told us where the projection stones would be, he's not going in to get them. So we did. And we started venturing down deep into the mine through a lot of poop and other things to get that second stone and that last one that we need. We found out there were 2 in there, actually, not just the 6th, but a 7th one as well. Yannick led the charge the whole way through and did his best to make sure that everyone was not only alive, but productive. And nearly everyone left the mine alive and productive, with the exception of Yannick, who was very, very unconscious. But at the last possible second, Jericho and Dash did manage to get not just the 6th, but the 7th stone as well. They decided to hide that from the group because it didn't seem like it was a good choice. And in all fairness, Dash had a bet going on with Meryl that if he could give him the 7th stone, that he would be paid a whole lot of gold, which he had other ideas and uses for. Waking up in the morning, conscious again, Ysoki wants to go back down into the mine to get the 7th stone that he didn't know that was received, because it was determined that we had to get all of them out of there. He believes that it was the utmost urgency for the safety of everyone in Tabernary, as well as the world of Varen. So Dash surreptitiously snuck the 7th stone into his bed, none the wiser. Doesn't matter who did it or how it was done. The entire group kind of had some major trust issues after that, and really kind of a talking to everybody to make sure that we all don't keep secrets from each other. We started heading back up, and on the way back with all 7 stones now, we were encountered and stopped by another creature of the dark. We assumed it was a demon by calling himself Avarice. After dispatching him rather quickly, though, we discovered that it was probably just a human, but a human that worked for who he claimed was his lord, Lord Vestrath the Uninvited. And he had emblazoned on him an H, kind of like a brand that was put into him that was there. It didn't seem to have the same name attached, but the mark was definitely there. And we started listening for that name as we went. We eventually did get into Tabernary with the 7 stones, which got the construction back up, which got everyone celebrating, made Jericho the hero of the day, and we were successful. We did it. Everything was done. So now we're on our way back to the mayor to let him know the good news. On our way there, unfortunately, we didn't get a hold of the mayor because we ran into a cleric that we had met before, a cleric from the Temple of Solene. He didn't seem like too big of a deal at the time. I would have called him an NPC, as it were. But it turns out that the reason that this cleric of Solene was in town was to make a deal with the mayor to get a temple that used to belong to the Renarian Brotherhood. And now, according to what we have just been told, the mayor backed out of his deal with us, despite the fact that we got our projection stones, and sold that temple to the Church of Solene, who's now going to start building it up on his own. Ysoki wasn't having it. He'd worked really hard for this deal that he'd been trying to get through, so wanted to go up to the mayor, could not get through to the mayor at all. It was his own private time, and so we had to wait until the following day. As part of his plan, by the way, Ysoki decided to take the stones back, because that was our side of the agreement, and if he wasn't going to honor his, we shouldn't have to honor ours. Thinking about it, on the way through and in the conversation with Tyinor about exactly how many people we would be affecting by taking all the stones away, Tyinor agreed to give us 1 stone. It still wouldn't delay the construction for the next couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, but it wouldn't be able to be completed without that last stone. And that way he would be kind of a partner with us and still give us some leverage to have a conversation with the mayor. With that 1 stone in hand, we all decided to rest for the night. Finally, get ourselves comfortable, calm down, maybe get to level 3. But this was not a restful night for anybody. Dash was visited by a stranger in the middle of the night, someone crawling in through the windows, another Ysoki, in fact, named Pendy. Pendy informed Dash that there were 2 other Ysoki that had ventured off somewhere, trying to find something that was going to help them, but they were getting in trouble. Both Styx and Blip. They were trying to sneak in through the town, in fact, and through the sewers. Blip got away, but not before being very, very injured when Styx was captured. Unfortunately, Blip died. And that's where Pendy got the information that Styx is still out there and Blip is gone, but maybe we can rescue Styx. That's pretty much all that Dash needed to hear. And Dash immediately roused Jericho, who he was staying with, and they ran out to find Hemlock, who would get them to the sewers. While they were out doing that, Ysoki was being tormented by nightmares. Some horrible dreams of being attacked with a giant flaming sword and a foreboding feeling that there's something outside waiting for him even at this moment. So he roused Aguirre and rushed out of the temple, trying to do what he can to find out what this threat was and get the whole crew together. He eventually followed tracing and tracking steps and asking some people, caught up with the rest of the group, and all of us ventured into the sewer together. Hemlock kind of led the way, because Hemlock can lead the way and knows a lot of things. Found out that there was a human guard blocking the way down there, kind of covering up what looked like a underground prison. We could definitely hear sounds of someone behind bars and rattling a can back and forth. When Hemlock snuck up and then confronted this human guard, the guard managed to kill himself on his own knife accidentally that someone else was holding. And we didn't get a lot out of him, except for the fact that he was wearing a patch that had the same H that we saw that Avarice had, that Lord Vestrath number. As we went further in, we found that there were a couple of other guards that were in there, and a big fight ensued. But more importantly, there was a prisoner that they had been holding there that they were threatening. It was one of the toadies that was having an issue, a half-elf that was a part of the barge. Named was Evilia. And Evilia was being threatened not just by the guards, but by a pink mass that was floating in the sky that in the middle of the fight erupted into Glob, the same demon that we fought and encountered in the field and thought that we had killed. He came back again, which tells us that there are things that are connected here. But Styx was not the prisoner. So Dash wants to continue to adventure in to find out where Styx is and see if we can bring him to safety. And while Hemlock was doing the heroic thing and helping Evilia escape and get out of the sewers, he gets shot by a gun when he is the only gunslinger that we know of in the entire world. And that is where we left off. So from there, let's continue? I feel like it was a strong ending.
Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday at 6:30-ish. Glad to have you here. You're maybe catching us on YouTube or on our podcast platforms. Thanks so much for joining us. I am joined by Chris playing our human champion Yannick, and our gnome bard Jericho played by Alan.
People die.
Jeremy playing our Ysoki Ratfolk kineticist.
My name is Dash. I'm a kineticist. I live in Thave. What else do you need?
That's good enough. And then we have our human priest Aguirre played by Christopher.
What was that noise?
And our human thaumaturge, a supernatural swordsman, Galen, played by Lauren.
Let's get weird.
Seth, who's dead, and Seth plays Hemlock, our fetchling gunslinger. What would you be saying right now?
Ouch.
And we also have Derek, our tech, who's been working behind the scenes, keeping us running and going, which we absolutely love. Woo! And we also love everyone here's support. We have tonight, joining us live on our chat, we have Clay God, who just joined us, who's been submitting some great fan art. You can take a look at that on our Discord server. Yeah. Go to the website, ingloriousbards.com. Join the Discord. It's fun to see. We have Dr. Koala Bear handing out Twitch subscriptions like candy. Super awesome. And we have a first-time viewer here. This is Cranky Lab Nerd. He says, "Oh man, finally caught a stream because I don't have to get up so early." He's been listening to the podcast for a couple of years and is excited to finally join us.
All right.
Welcome. All right. We are excited to pick up where we left off. Before we do that, let's get a quick recap of what happened last time from Jeremy.
The mayor isn't welcoming any guests any longer today. That's the first thing we heard when we tried to get to the mayor's office to let him know that A, we have come back with the projection stones, and B, we deserve our temple as was part of our deal, not this being sold to the Temple of Solene crap that we had just heard about. The cleric of Solene told us that he'd given away 6 gold bars, I think was the purchase price for it, which is ridiculous. So we can't get in. And so we decide, well, more importantly, Yannick decides that we're going to take the stones back. That if he doesn't live up to his end of the deal, we don't have to live up to our end of the deal. We head down to Tynor. He starts being very apologetic that we know we just celebrated, we know we're heroes, but we're going to take these away. And Tynor lets us know very gently-ish that that's a lot of people's work that we'd be taking away. That's a lot of money to be made and to be paid. And instead of giving us everything, how about he works with us and gives us 1 stone? That stone is still required and they still need that to finish the project, but they can at least work for several weeks while we have our negotiations back and forth with the mayor. So we agree, take them, decide to go for a restful night's sleep, maybe get to level 3. And instead, Yannick is haunted by nightmares. He has a nightmare of being attacked with a gigantic flaming sword that's crashing through buildings and coming after him. He wakes up with a foreboding sense of dread that there's someone watching him and waiting for him outside right now. So he immediately rouses Agiri, takes him outside and finds nothing. But now he can't sleep. He knows there's still a threat out there. It's going to be a part of it. So he goes out and finds the rest of the group. While he's hunting for us, Dash gets a visitor in the middle of the night as well. A Ysoki creeps into their room to tell him that there were 2 younger Ysoki that had been in trouble. Both little Styx and Blip were out and venturing into town trying to find some help and getting into trouble instead. Styx got captured, Blip got injured, and by the time he made it back to camp, didn't survive. And that's when Pendy, the Ysoki that came in to take a look at Dash, told us and told Dash specifically that we need to go find Styx and asked if there's any way that we could help. So Dash rouses Jericho and slaps him in the face to do so, and we continue our way out. We catch up with Hemlock, who is already walking the docks, and Yannick grabbed Agiri, who grabs Galen, pretty sure, right? Yannick came and grabbed you, and then we all head together into the sewers. We don't find them right away. There is an area that we were going in based on the information that Pendy provided. But as we go through, Hemlock finds a human guard that seems to be guarding some sort of an underground prison. There's bars and everything. And in the terms of questioning, accidentally kills himself, the guard does, on his own knife. And we continue on past him, but not before Hemlock discovers that he's wearing a patch with the same H on it that Avarice had branded on his body from the Lord of Vestrath. Sorry, I want to make sure I say that correctly. Vord Vestrath, the Uninvited. We continue in, we find that there are a few more guards, but there's also a prisoner. That prisoner that we're listening for is none other than the missing toady that we were trying to find, Avilia. And Avilia is sitting there being threatened not only by the guards, but by this hovering pink blob that's up in the sky. So we jump in to try to end this suffering as much as possible and take him out in a fight. And that blob ends up pooping out none other than Glob the Demon. The same Glob the Demon that we were fighting inside the field that we thought we had killed. It was back again. Well, we ended up fighting Glob, killing it a second time, hopefully for the last time, as well as the guards, and Hemlock gets Avilia out. We still can't find Styx, so Dash is distraught and still searching around to find the other Ysoki that's missing. And while we prepare for the next level of the search, Hemlock helps guide Avilia out and gets her out of the sewer so they can get back to their safe space. And right before he turns around and comes back in, Hemlock gets shot by a bullet. Another gun is out there and aiming at our gunslinger. And that's where we left off, which is why there are only 5 of us left here tonight. So with that, let the adventure begin.
Bang! A shot goes off, echoing loudly in the sewer. It resonates over and over and over again throughout the sewer, but yet somehow it's just a quick little sound in Hemlock's ears. Hemlock, you feel this movement in your body, and you look down and see blood coming out your chest. You try and figure out what's happening. You are in shock, and all you know, this is not good. In your shock, you see in front of you the half-elf bargeman known as a toady. Big eyes light up, looking behind you, turns around and runs out the entrance to the sewer into the canal and disappears into the night in a panic. You hear a voice behind you say, "Easy there, easy." As you fall to your knees, a man catches you from behind. He then eases you onto your back as you struggle to breathe and gasp for air. You get a good look at your assassin, a middle-aged human with a well-trimmed beard and crimson cloak. He holsters his shiny pistol into an oiled holster. You're shot. One good hit to the chest. I know it hurts. Place your hand here and apply pressure. That will keep you from bleeding out. Unable to do anything but try to keep yourself alive and gasping for air, the man slides your 2 pistols out from their holsters and admires them for a moment. Nice handiwork. You've got good taste. He whips each of your pistols through the air, out the sewer entrance, and the weapons splash into the canal. Just breathe. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. I've heard of you. Don't know your name, but I've heard of you. A shooter with twin guns in Tabernary. Well, I followed you here so we can have a little chat. This is what I'd call a professional courtesy. He sits down next to you and makes sure you're still alive. I respect the craft, I do. There are wealthy people out there who also respect what we do, but there isn't enough room in the kingdom for the 2 of us. I won't lose jobs or have my reputation muddled with some upstart shooter. If you're up for the best advice you'll ever get, go somewhere else. Calavier, Iveron, they could use someone like you. Hell, even Thave. But Navarre's my territory. There's no place for you here to be playing around. So take my friendly advice and retire those guns. Besides, you look like you'd make a good swordsman instead. He adjusts your hand to make sure it's applying pressure to the right area before getting up. And if you don't take my advice, I'll be out there. He walks out to the sewer into the cold night air and turns around and looks at you, Hemlock.
I will fight you.
He nods and walks out of view and disappears. Meanwhile, several minutes earlier, our heroes are slightly deeper into the sewers amongst the battle that you have just finished, killing several of these strange thugs around the prisoner, the toady that's been freed. Amongst the carnage and the blood of the bodies and those 2 little canals of nasty sewage filth that flow through, there are a couple of things that you find with someone who can cast Detect Magic. Who's casting Detect Magic? We have a bard and...
I can do it any.
Yeah, both of you guys are zeroing in, and you...
Oh, wait, I can't. Because we haven't leveled up yet.
Oh, you cannot! The bard is able to slowly isolate some magic that he has found, and you find some
there
loot.
an auditory component to detect magic?
Yes. What is the sound that makes when you do that?
Oh!
All right.
That's cut very short. There's very little detect magic.
It's a cantrip.
You have found a couple of items of note, one of which is a satchel. And then investigating the satchel, while I can't tell you what it is till you identify it, inside you find several more magic items that are beyond the capability of a normal satchel to hold, including a large great axe.
Ooh.
A belt that looks quite fine, and 2 feathers that seem quite durable even when inside this magically displaced satchel, and have some magical component to them. And a grand total of 36 gold pieces.
Wow.
And this you got off of the leader who was closest to the cage in the battle from last adventure.
Clarifying question.
Yes.
Right at the end of the previous session, I said I was looking for people, and you told me I found 30 gold. I assume that's encapsulated in this 36,
Yes.
or are they 2 separate numbers?
36 is the actual total.
I will cross out that 30.
And you also,
Too late.
that
We already
you
got it.
remind me, you also find in the canal of goo and urine and all sorts of nasty stuff, right where that blob was of energy, where the demon came out of. Blob's gone. The demon is now just this weird deflated little goo pile. But over that canal,
Goop.
I'm sorry, in the bottom of that canal, which is just a couple, maybe a foot deep, you can make out a broken dagger that's in that canal section as well.
Did that drop off of the demon, or just see it in the?
You just see it in there, and the bard is not detecting magic on it, though.
All right.
What is it that drew our eye to the? I mean, like this is in like the poo thing there.
The poo trough.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to just reach down and grab it.
All right.
Okay.
I walked through it and had no ill effect, so I think it's fine.
Does anybody else find it weird that 36 gold is easily divisible by 6 people? 5? Tom is notorious for not giving us equal amount of gold.
Hilarious.
I do not like it.
You're uneased by the ease.
I do not like it, Sam. I am.
What the hell? Okay.
Too simple.
You find. I'm sorry. What were you doing again?
A broken dagger.
You were grabbing the broken dagger.
Yeah.
Broken dagger. You need to make a roll again. I wasn't
Kind of like
expecting
Brett's
this.
a little bit.
So
There's also 4 magical tongue depressors in the queue as well.
I will pick them up with my tongue.
Sewers. You need to make a roll that is clearly a fortitude save.
Clearly.
14.
Alrighty. I rolled a 10. So that's higher than 14.
What's your fort that you're adding to it?
6. 4 plus 6.
Oh, total of 10.
Your
is
total
what you
of
rolled.
10.
Okay.
You said I rolled a 10. So
Make
that,
note
my total.
that you have a stage 1 level of filth fever.
Filth fever.
I can't wait for the remix.
And I believe, Gary, since you're tracking this, that's not the only one who has that?
That would be me.
Yes, okay.
I am in my clean robes.
It's like a buddy film. What is wrong? This was fine the first time I walked through it. Okay, but I have a dagger.
You
So.
grab this dagger. You can't find the tip of it, the last quarter of it, but you can see that you're holding this dagger.
Probably broken off in me.
Maybe. The dagger has been, it's a serrated blade. It does not look particularly expensive, and it was damaged on the ground to break it.
That's right where the demon died.
Where the glob was over the...
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Oh. I have thoughts, whether they're right or wrong. I have them strongly. All right.
it's a steak knife.
I'm going to tuck it into my beautiful satchel.
Speaking of where the demon was, does the purple glowing light and the ball floating in the air remind him of anything from his past?
No, nothing jumping out.
All right.
Hemlock.
Yeah!
You blink. Your eyes are very heavy. The world is very narrow. Time passes. What is probably 10, 20, 30 seconds seems like an eternity when someone touches you. You blink again and see before you a dragon. It reaches up with a scaled hand and touches you. Touches your face and then starts to touch your chest as you are laying on the sewer sidestep dry area.
What color's the dragon?
dark green. Big long teeth, very snouty, and very close to your face.
Are you a friend?
And the dragon says, yes, Vaja is friend. And it touches you and starts to poke at your chest. And you see it is a lizard man dressed in crappy beggar's clothes, scraps really. And he has ripped off some of these nasty scraps, but is wrapping around your chest and binding you tight to stabilize you.
Thank you, friend.
What happens for you?
I think I'm dying.
No, Vaja, help. And he gets it super, super tight, and you lose your dying condition and gain the wounded one condition.
Thank you, friend.
Meanwhile, back in the sewer a little bit further away, as you guys are grabbing daggers and loot,
Meanwhile, back in the sewer.
you hear bang, and a shot go out that should not have gone out.
Hemlock! Does it sound different than Hemlock's gun would sound?
If you're a gunslinger, yes.
But to us?
No.
I'm sprinting.
Okay.
There's only one person who should have a gun, and that means Hemlock has fired a shot at somebody. So
All right.
I'm running.
Yep, I think that's a natural call to arms.
All right.
if you will.
Interestingly, I have there here, Galen probably comes running around the corner is my note. How did I know? All right, Galen, you probably come running around the corner, and you see there is a horrible, nasty-looking lizard man over Hemlock, binding him, capturing Hemlock, and Hemlock looks on the verge of dying.
No, sword out. Stand back.
The lizard man stops, no, and curls away and kind of gets between Hemlock and the wall, wedging itself and laying next to behind
I get between
Hemlock.
it and Hemlock.
Hemlock raises a hand.
Weakly.
I slap it down. You're delirious. You're fine. I got this.
Lord, put the 20 die. You're not rolling initiative. Slow down.
He did not do this.
Who? What? You're hurt.
I'm hurt. I'm very hurt.
The
Who
rest
hurt
of the
you?
rest of the group catches up.
Another gunslinger.
Where'd they go?
It's over there. I don't know.
Akiri is checking the wound, the wrap on the wound. Who did this? What handiwork is this?
And from behind the laying form of Hemlock, a lizard head appears. Vaja helped. Yes, Vaja helped poor pasty one.
Agiri, Yannick, protect Hemlock. Dash, Jericho. Let's see if we can track him down.
Track who down?
The person who shot Hemlock.
There's another gunslinger.
What? Oh,
That's not
There's
good.
no time to waste.
Dash will start looking around for tracks or anything he can trace for another gunslinger.
Okay, make a survival roll.
While it does that, Jericho's going to try acting like someone who knows how to track people in the city but has no idea what they're doing, but is pretending to do it because someone just told him to.
16.
16, you find some wet tracks heading out and around, but you lose track of them once they go up to the street, up the canal and onto the street proper of the city.
And if 10 minutes had passed, Yannick would be laying on hands for Hemlock.
Okay.
How prevalent are the lizard folk to be here?
Not particularly prevalent. You've seen a few out in the tents area outside the inner wall, but none really inside. The lizard men, kobolds, they're relegated out there. The Ysoki for most parts.
So more of the refugee status
Yes.
type. Okay.
Hello, I'm Yannick.
Vaja! And Vaja rises up to his knees, still behind Hemlock, and holds out a hand that's down, and then lowers his head towards you.
I am not sure of your custom, but I thank you for tending to our friend. And he'll kind of like pat both sides of his
He
hand.
makes strange noises.
Okay. Thank you.
He takes it back.
I can't find any signs of him, Galen. I looked.
We need to get Hemlock out of the sewer. Why? We need to get him somewhere safe.
Well,
I can't leave you.
You can find your friend.
He threw Thunderbolt, Lightning, and I'm not leaving without him.
Oh. Where did you want to set Hemlock's health?
6.
Okay.
All right, everybody
He
else
was
is
at
just looking
0
at
when
each
I got
other.
to him.
I know.
Galen's
I don't
Feeling a
drink
little
water.
bit better, Hemlock gets up to his feet slowly and stops you from like jumping in. He's gonna go after them himself.
Those fresh wounds aren't going to do well in that sewer.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, go for it, because I don't like water.
Well, it will once rot sets in. I suggest you don't stay here any longer than necessary.
I like swimming.
Hemlock goes in.
You're going to dive in. All right. You feel weak. If you go in there, you will need to make an athletics roll. And failure will exacerbate things.
Yep.
Okay. Hemlock dives in. Don't make a roll yet.
I just heard dies. Hemlock dies.
You search around and grab one of your pistols. You then find another of your pistols, and as you start to swim up, the fatigue starts to set in. The narrow view starts to get narrower as you see your friends, all 5 of them, just looking down at you from the water high above. You need to make an athletics roll with a 15 or go back into a dying state.
Underwater.
There's some grimaces over there.
I rolled a 7, which would be a total of 12.
Ooh.
Hero point it. That'd be a 22.
Woo!
Nice. Much better roll.
You gasp for air for the second time, come up, put your pistols down determinedly, and climb out.
Okay.
You spent a hero point for that?
You're dead.
You have a new condition.
Okay.
You have gained 5 grim points, or grim determination now, of what has happened to you. Your movement speed is reduced by 5 for a long time. You have 5 grim points. You can use these grim points as long as you can hold on to them as long as you want. You can use them to re-roll any shot that you make. Keeping in mind you can only re-roll a die 1 time for any reason. After all 5 grim points have been spent, you've gotten it out of your system and your body is fully recovered and your movement speed will return to normal.
Okay.
It's a mixed,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't hate it, but I don't
Yeah.
really like it.
It's going to slow us down, not going to lie.
Well, I'm 25 feet now.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
All right, everyone is up on top of the canal lip just outside the sewer.
Raja, you live down here?
Vaja comes over to you and says, "Yes, Vaja lives and moves and gathers and eats and finds what you dropped down."
Did you see a rat folk recently
like
come
him.
in?
He
Perhaps as a
looks at Dash.
captive. Yes, like him.
No, and he makes a size of maybe a small puppy. That's big rats. That's big rats.
Yeah. Totally different, though. I wouldn't say that. Ixnay on the rat and say, buddy.
Out of frame, Dash dives at him and tackles him. What do you mean?
Hey, Galen, do you think you should take Hemlock back to your place?
I mean, we need to get... How do you feel right now, first of all, buddy?
Fine, I feel better. Not 100%, but I'm good. If I can get maybe some more hands on me, I do appreciate that. We could get a couple more.
Is it possible that you could look even more ashen and gaunt?
Right now.
Transparent now. Made of saran wrap.
I think we
I'm
have
the Sandman.
unfinished business in the sewer. I think we need to head back in.
We're in a tight spot for sure. We
We don't have sticks.
yes.
I need to go get sticks.
Yes.
Go find him.
Lead the way, Dash.
Yes.
Whoa.
Are you okay to continue? You sure?
Oh, yes.
You can head back. There
Okay.
would be no. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I understand.
Yeah. Thank you for respecting that.
Of course.
We won't call you a frightened little chicken.
And I think Yannick does have I think I have a potion. Maybe I don't have a potion of healing. I thought I did, but I do not. So disregard.
Well, I do.
Oh,
For sure.
good.
But I was hoping to not use it right now, but I can.
Well, we would
I
need
go and lean
10
over,
minutes.
I go and lean over onto Gary.
Why are you?
Get off me!
What?
Can you
Bring out your
give me
knives.
some little help here, please?
Yes. No, you're filthy though. This is no place to operate, or it's the perfect place to operate.
It's a perfect place.
So you can essentially get, what's your base outside of combat healing rate?
It's 12.
12. So you can get, and 6 from you?
Yep.
No, correction. It is 8.
8, because you haven't leveled up yet, yes. So you can get 14 hit points in 10 minutes, and then...
That works.
That's
That'd be
it?
Perfect. Yep.
And then 38 more in an hour.
I could also add 5 to that.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, because
Nice.
Dash treats wounds.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, so
It's a
10
lot of
minutes is all you
licks.
need?
10 minutes?
I just
Okay.
That's
lick.
almost full.
I can treat wounds.
You don't lick like I
10
do.
minutes.
It's
We're
different.
idling here.
You guys idle. That gives Vaja the perfect time to go to Yannick and says, Vaja, helpful? And holds out 2 hands to you.
Yeah, Vaja, very helpful.
I will go over and place a gold and 4 silver.
Ooh! Vaja runs around. Ooh! So excited. So excited. And comes over and tries to kiss you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Down, down, off.
We ask first, Vaja.
You saved my life, friend.
His mouth is probably
Where
cleaner.
do you live here in the city?
He points back into the giant sewer entrance. Vaja live beneath city.
That's a good place to be.
Yes.
Baja, are there others that live beneath the city?
No. Bad men.
Do you know where they are? We want to get them out of there for you.
Yes. Follow Vaja. And he goes running down the sewer.
Is this going to affect the 10 minutes?
Yes.
Vaja, hold, please. We must rest for just a couple minutes first.
Dash is following Vaja. Good luck, you guys.
I'm following Dash.
Following.
Vaja, come back! Vaja!
Masha, Mada.
He's like 8 feet away. So.
You guys are funny. I don't care what people say online.
We don't either.
They stop and wait. Vaja is irritated and wants to go, but they do wait the 10 minutes. I guess you're mostly healed.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
only 1 off.
All
I'm
right.
full.
Well, that's better than me.
You guys follow Vaja. He goes down the sewer, hangs right, goes past the dead stab guy, takes a left, and takes you into the big room you fought and killed guys.
As we're going to the room where the stab guy was, isn't there a grate in the floor? I remember you describing that there was like a locked grate in the floor or something.
I don't have a lot great there.
We had a grate that let us in that was had been removed. That's where we came into this tunnel, if I recall.
Yeah, that would be the entrance you guys just came. That's another one I know of.
So he just led us back to where we just were.
Yes.
Super useful. Glad you paid for that.
Bad men. Bad
Saved
men.
my life.
I know he did. That's super good.
Great. So this was all of them? There wasn't any other bad men?
Sometimes bad men chase Vaja. Sometimes bad men steal from Vaja. Sometimes Vaja run from big monster. Vaja survive.
Where's the big monster, Vaja?
Vaja no show. He shakes his head no.
Could you point? Which direction?
He points with 2 fingers out the one room you're in, and then starts walking, continuing to point with the 2 fingers as he walks out that direction. And then as he gets to the entrance where the dead guy was with the single dead guy, he then rotates right with the 2 fingers and points.
Where we have not come from?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I guess that's where we're going, buddy.
That's where we're going.
All right.
And
Ride or
leads
die.
the way.
Hopefully ride.
May I
Vaja-
lead us, Dash?
What's that?
I would like to lead us, if I may. At least be in the front.
Go fast.
I do, and I will do my best.
Vaja then grabs onto your arm and says, "No, big nasty bug. It eats. Don't take pasty one. Dying pasty one dies. Big nasty bug," and holds onto your arm and pulls you back.
I'm sorry, Faja. We all go together. You stay. We will take care of this. You will be fine. Go back and live your life and be happy. And forget you saw us.
We're super good bug killers.
And Vaja just shakes his head and then sits down and in the little area where that
I
dead
will
guy was.
always love you.
Just stay alive! All right, you guys head out to the left section and wander through the more sewer areas.
Javelin and shield is out. And Yannick's making best speed, recognizing Dash's
Urgency.
urgency. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Words
a good
are
word.
escaping me tonight.
Who is second? Yannick was first. Who's second?
Hemlock
Galen?
Beast. Okay.
Dash keeps trying to okay.
Just
No,
gets-
it's a-
gets
no, I'll get. Oh,
pushed
all right,
back.
you go ahead.
So the huge ramp of nasty sludge, Yannick automatically falls down. The second person that gets to make a roll, and everyone else is fine. As you're going fast, Yannick, you're running. All of a sudden, there's a huge drop of about 60 feet, huge slope, and you slide and slide and tumble and tumble and tumble and tumble. And Galen, you have a chance with an acrobatics or reflex save of 16.
Can I ask what it smells like?
It smells horrific, or smell that with a little oaty nutty type flavor to it.
Formaldehyde.
An oaken finish.
17.
17.
Everyone
You
was
are
fine
able
with
to
horrific.
reach behind you and grab onto Hemlock's hand or Dash, and they hold on to you while Yannick.
I think he's calling for you, Dash.
Just dudes, he's the Indiana Jones boulder going down. You take only 2 points of bludgeoning damage, but you got big mouthfuls of this sludge. You need to make a Fortitude 17 save versus Filth Fever.
You're good at this.
All right, Fortitude 17. I rolled a 19 on the die, giving me a total of 27.
You critically succeed. You are resistant the next 24 hours.
No, you take up even more. It just
You commit.
This is how vaccines work.
I'm becoming stronger. There's a cure in here somewhere, and corn too, but mostly a cure.
Oh, God.
All right.
Too far.
The rest of you walk down the sides of the sludge area safely and finding a goo-covered Yannick at the bottom, sitting frustratingly.
Come on in. The water's nice.
The water's chunky.
You found an inner tube down there that you're...
You continue for some time when the lead, Yannick, fall down. You hear a sound of clicking and scraping from up ahead.
Yannick will slow down, kind of motion the group, and will continue forward.
Okay.
Slowly.
You continue forward. You see there is a section of metal grates around a big sludgy, nasty chamber. There are some. There's a small little grill at the far side, and it's a big vaulted type chamber. And then in here, there are some big grates on the floor where some large, thick stones, like 10 by 4, have fallen and crashed down. Looking like similar to what Dash had mentioned in his story about the Ysoki. Excuse me. Is what you see.
Some ornamentation of his existing armor flares into a brilliant light, or as much light as possible, which I think is 20 foot and then 20 foot beyond that.
Of light.
Of light.
Okay.
We're gonna light all these guys up.
Of just you.
Done. You start looking around this area, and you can hear a squeaky little voice off in the distance going, "Over here."
And Yannick will rush that way.
All right. You rush over there, stepping over a bunch of little cockroaches that crunch into you like short round and fortune cookies, and make your way over towards the other side of this big, gooey, watery chamber. Dripping sounds from everywhere. But it is a Geary who sees, as you're just crossing one of these metal barriers, a huge section of the ceiling move, and crawling down is a ginormous beetle, the likes of which you have never seen. It looks terrifying. It comes down and drops not too far away from Yannick and Galen, with the group approaching this room. And as it does, the big thud of this creature agitates a ton of cockroaches that swarm around aggressively towards the group, and they all close in to slay you.
Nope, I'm out.
Yannick, the champion of Carahel, slayer of all monsters,
Why did it have
has
to
a
be
limit.
cockroaches?
We have a battle on our hands. We have this chamber that is essentially two big blocks of stone with a bunch of grills separating it. Kind of like maybe an H shape somewhat, with 3 different paths across. 3 bridges of metal is what we have. What we have up first is, and we have a large beetle on the north section of the platform, and on the south section we have 2 swarms, and that's where you guys came from, that southern bridge coming out of it. If you can see that on your map, you see 2 swarms of giant, nasty, aggressive beetles, cockroachy swarms that are closing in. First up is Jericho.
Alrighty. I will, just to encourage my friends, I'll be strong and don't fear the bugs. And I will linger in composition into trying to give them a little courage with my anthem.
This is like the 3rd combat in a row where you start, and I always picture it to be like, this reminds me.
Once upon a time, my mama sang a song to me. It went a little bit like this. When the Beatles come after you, don't fear that morbidly obese Ringo Starr.
What would you like to do?
Lingering composition into a courageous anthem first.
Okay.
He's rolling for me right there.
No, he's not.
Nope.
So that's a little performance I got to roll. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it a 16 I need? 52? 15? That would be a 25.
Sorry, I stand corrected. 16.
It would still be a 25.
Okay, that's a success. Now linger for 3
All right.
rounds. You'll have to keep spending actions to do it.
Nice job.
All right. So we got that going. For the 3, that is my first action. For my looking at this, for my second action. Oh, I feel so alone out there all by myself.
That song, by the way, does not reach a Geary.
Why am I so far from everybody? That's what I want to know.
Everyone else is reached.
Wow,
That doesn't answer your question at all, though.
my
Hey, by the
question
way,
is,
your song almost gets everyone. Cool. Why am I all by myself?
why am I way?
Everyone can hear you.
Did I find something over there? Was I peeing in a corner?
Spreading out, searching.
So I was like, I'm tucking in behind someone, hold on to their belt.
And in the middle area, near the beetle, right where I'm marking on our map, that is where you heard that voice, Dash.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to spend an action running. Is this open between the two grates? I mean, is that walkable land between the two grates right there?
No,
Yes.
that is water, filth, goo.
Oh,
Muck,
Sweet.
slime, putrescence.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna head due south and one step to the east, along with everyone else.
Yeah, just like grab everybody, Derek.
Literally everyone else. Derek accidentally moved the entire battlefield. Fantastic.
All right, and then from there is the cloud of beetles. How far away is that from me down south?
45.
Too far. And how far away is the gap to the north from me? I just want to know if they're in range of a spell. That's what I'm
30
trying to-
feet is what you're looking for?
Yeah, 45 feet's too far.
The beetle to the north? 40.
You moved too soon.
No, that's fine. I'm fine if I don't hurt anybody as long as I'm alive. And then while I'm there, I'm going to just seek to take cover in whatever way I can, or cower if I have to.
Dive under the sludge.
You have how many actions left?
One.
You would have to move to get cover behind the beetle there. Just like Derek's got you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, great. Done. Next up is Galen. You're northeast.
What is the distance between me and the big beetle?
What does it say, 30 feet?
So 25 feet puts me next to it. Aha. Okay. So the first thing that happens is the mirror flashes in his hand across the face of the beetle, and he looks into it, gazes into the mirror to try to learn its weakness and exploit a vulnerability.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And this, I can't remember. What do we use this?
Exploit vulnerability, learn their weaknesses and resistances, and my strikes exploit that weakness or grant one.
And what is the roll is what I'm trying to figure out. It's been a while.
I just have a +8 on it, but I think it's
Recall knowledge, was it? Something like that?
Sexy time.
Make an esoteric lore.
yes.
So whatever that lore is against the creature's appropriate DC, go ahead.
Okay. That is 15.
15. That is a failure.
Oh, that sucks. I don't know what happens on a failure, to be honest with you.
Nah.
He learns your weakness.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wasted by my own petard.
Failing to recall a salient weakness, you instead attempt to exploit a more personal vulnerability. You can exploit only the creature's personal antithesis. Your unarmed weapon strikes become magical if they weren't, so you can't kick it into any special weakness.
Got it. All right, so I can still create the personal antithesis, which gives me a +3.
2 plus half your level round down. Yep.
Yep, so 3, and that is a weakness. All right, let me just add that in. All right. So then I will move. I will move to the creature, dash at it, and swing straight into a strike on it. Yeah. All right. Really wish I had succeeded on that exploit vulnerability roll.
I did
Swinging your
too.
sword.
Yep. So that is a 19.
19 is a miss.
Oh, okay.
Bounces
okay.
off the huge chitinous shell of the creature.
Thanks, well done.
Might
Well done.
have food a little. And that's
Is it
the end of
Well,
my
now
turn.
you
have a
smell
carapace?
like the champion of Carahel.
That's it.
Okay.
That's my 3 actions.
And you can keep doing that exploit if you want as actions. Okay. We have a gunslinger.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I apologize really quickly. I told you I rolled a 19.
Yes.
I rolled a 20.
A 20.
And do you get the courageous anthem
That's
as
the
well?
20.
Oh, that is a miss.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so no worries.
Also, don't bother.
Yeah.
Bounces off its shell.
Down to the south, like where those torches are those like you were talking about? There were some pillars that I like could possibly be cover.
Sure.
It's hard to tell. Where were those pillars you were talking about?
Oh, well, these little lamps you can take some cover behind. There's also some blocks. So, like,
Oh, okay. I'll go behind the block over to the west then. And I'll take aim at be the swarm. I don't know how well the guns are gonna do against the swarm, but we're about to find out. The swarm
Can either pierce or bash, right?
straight east.
Which straight east swarm? Okay.
22 to hit.
22 is a hit.
4 points of piercing or bludgeoning.
4 points of piercing or bludgeoning. You hit the swarm of beetle cockroach nastiness. You don't do as much damage as you were expecting.
That's what I thought. Okay. Shoot. I will reload.
All right, reloading.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
It is now a giant beetle's turn, and it has a target right in front of it by the name of Galen. And it clamps down with this horrific mandible to strike you with a 24 to hit,
That's a hit.
a 28 to hit,
Oh, that's a hit.
and a, oh, sorry, wrong one, and then a 15 to hit.
That does not.
Okay.
Jeez, 15 on the third.
All right, the first hit is 18 points of damage,
Okay.
What?
and the second one is 16 points of damage.
I am down.
Oh my god.
Ripping apart Galen in an instant, and Galen is dropped. Beetle is done. It is a Geary on the east side. You've got bugs down to the south and a dropped Thaumaturge immediately just went down to the west of you.
Fantastic.
Wow.
And we're level 3, right?
Nope.
That would be so nice.
That
if
was
that
a joke.
So tired.
I'm not.
I
We're
just
not.
wanna-
We're 2 and tired and sick and hurt.
Jesus.
Against the level 4 monster.
Oh, we are done.
Well, it's been fun. I
Yeah,
will say.
yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was a great season. Great season, guys.
No, we got this.
What's
I
my
believe.
distance to Galen?
Not enough?
Yeah.
What's my,
Zoom in.
my distance to Galen? 40? I have got to move towards Galen. That is 1. Two is got to be to move towards Galen.
So 2 actions to get there.
That's unless this has a range I can use. I can nope, it does. And for 1 action, I can attempt to do medicine upon him. I will not be doing risky surgery.
And I have a +1 to my recovery check, so.
That is a fail, and that is that. My
Oh,
turn is done.
That was the battle medicine once per battle roll.
Correct.
Okay. All right. How many more do you have? And you have heal spells though still.
I do.
Okay, good. It is the swarm. There are 2 swarms of these bugs. The first goes hard west over towards Yannick, swarming all under you, but they use all of their time to get there.
That's not Yannick.
Sorry,
Hemlock.
Hemlock, sorry. The second one does the same, coming from the south, swarming around Dash and Jericho for 2 actions. The third action is they do swarming bites. There is so many of these little things crawling up your legs and all over and snatching and biting and getting at you. They don't make attack rolls. They just swarm over you. You need to make basic reflex save DC of 20 or take 5 points of piercing damage each.
Take 5.
21.
All right, you take half, round down 2 points of damage.
Mine was a 12. So I take 5.
You take 5, all 5.
All right, I'm down to 11.
Okay, it is Yannick's turn to the northeast.
Yeah, Yannick's kind of stunned there to see how quickly Galen is basically shredded by this thing. Seeing a Geary move forward to cure Galen and having absolutely no choice whatsoever in his decision-making abilities, he will drop a javelin, draw a sword, and rush into melee range with this beetle. If I can That's one. That's 2 actions, and I will absolutely.
Look like a 25 to get there.
Yeah.
One action.
Yeah, but the one action to,
Oh,
draw,
to draw.
the sword. So
I got it. Yeah.
I'm 2 actions in, and I am going to make myself very visible to this creature, and
Not raising
attacking.
a shield, but attacking.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is going to. I rolled a 19 on the die, so that will be a 27 to hit.
Yes.
All right.
Misses.
That is a hit.
We all look at Tom. How screwed are we?
Yep. That's going to be 10 points of damage.
10 points. You cut deep. You
Slashing.
find a weak spot, and the green goo comes splurting out. But at this point, you don't really matter about how you look.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
And that was all 3 of my actions.
I hope the Oracle gave you some good news.
Dash, you are to the southwest. 2 swarms of bugs around you and your friends down there. We have 2 different battles. One to the north, the giant beetle with 3 of our heroes, and then 3 to the south section with 2 of these giant swarms.
The first thing I'm gonna do is activate my impulse and blast air and rocks everywhere. And with that elemental blast, I'm gonna throw the rocks as much as possible into the swarm for the 17 to hit.
The swarm is a miss.
Shoot. Then I'm going to use my name and dash straight past or away from the swarm towards where I heard the voice in the center of the room. So it'll be northeast 30 feet. And then that's 2 actions, and then 1 more to get right up next to where I heard it and see what I can find.
Great, because your aura, when you generated it, lets you do an attack when you trigger it.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, you race over. You're getting dangerously close to the big beetle battle. Big beetle battle? What did I just say?
You said the title of the name is what you just did.
Boy, that's a big beetle
Title of the
battle.
episode.
Buddy, as you get there, you see there is a grate around that stone area where there is a small little Ysoki fingers propping up around the grate that has this giant stone that's fallen from the ceiling on top of it. Little fingers pop up, a la Newt from Aliens. You see, and there's a little Ysoki nose, little whiskers poking through. Help!
I've got you. We're going to get out of here.
Watch out for the Lords! Jericho, you are back to the southwest with Hemlock with these swarms. What are you doing?
For 2 actions, I'm going to cast the Electric Arc cantrip, sending 1 blast of electricity as my hands pull lightning arcs between the 2 of them, and then I cast them in opposite directions and blasts of lightning head into both clouds of bugs. They have to make a DC 18 reflex save, 5 points of damage or 2.
All right, the top one makes a 22, and the bottom one makes a 20.
Well, that's lame.
So they're taking 2 damage
2
each.
whole damage. That was super useful that I did that.
Well,
And then
You have 1 action left.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to run 25 feet back the way I came, straight north across that grate. Because I see my friend is down.
Sons of bitches.
Well, I got to get to my friend who's unconscious.
They're
You
gonna
go-
follow us.
You're going
Also,
towards.
those of you who were attacked by the rat swarm, mechanically, it's kind of a never-ending. Who else was there? You were.
I
It's like
wasn't attacked.
It wasn't attacked. Then Dash and
Yeah.
Jericho.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending kind of a swarm. Game mechanically wise, it's not considered an attack. So they have no. It's you guys are making the save. So it's just as
Right.
deadly the first action versus the third. They can just spam that out. Swarm you, FYI. So great hustling out of there. Okay, Galen, you are prone on the ground.
No, I'm good.
All right, next up is
I forgot. Add 1 damage to both of them. Or courageous answer.
Oh.
1 damage rolls.
oh yeah, and 1 to the beetle too.
Does 18 hit them? Because I hit 17, but if 18 does it,
no.
And that would have been 28 then. On my,
meh.
Still not.
I know. I know.
Yeah, you're
Still
good.
hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an additional point of damage. Got it. Okay, who's next?
Galen.
So this is my first dying save, death save. So
No.
Oh,
Someone, Gary. No,
You failed.
Gary failed.
No, he failed.
I
Yeah.
totally had it wrong.
yeah.
It is. I did everything wrong here. Hold on. I did the wrong person. It is Yes, you.
Are
I
you-
moved.
'Cause
I'm
your
so used to
initiative
Seth
changes.
being dying at this episode. I mess with the initiative.
totally
This and every
understandable. We're all used to Seth dying. I missed your character already.
I know. You ran
Oops,
right by me.
and I'm doing it wrong again. Galen, you go right before the creature that knocked you down, so it is Yannick who gets to go first.
I believe that's Hemlock.
God,
Yeah.
But
That's Hemlock.
Yannick gets to go.
You don't get
No.
to turn your dead.
Hemlock gets to go.
That's what happens when everything gets fought in the sewers.
I'm after
Things
the last
get
two
lost,
swarms there.
confused.
I'm having some visual
Mud
problems.
in your eyes.
Hemlock, please
Hemlock
take a turn.
sees his
Someone.
friends but run away, and also sees these swarms. So he will also run
Swarms
25
be
feet
swarming.
to the north.
Why would you run away from me?
Ooh, that's real close.
Close to the beetle.
Right there. It's good. And realizes his shots are not taking the swarms out great, but still gonna take aim at that northernmost swarm and shoot.
That would be the big bug that you're aiming at?
No,
No,
the swarm.
swarm.
The northern,
Oh,
of the two
northernmost
swarms.
swarm. Got it.
Anything
Okay.
to stop them from chasing. Yeah, 19 to hit.
19 to hit. Bam! You miss.
Did you add Courageous Anthem?
Yeah, I sure did.
What add?
Oh no! I'm sorry. I rolled a 10, 21 to hit.
Is a hit.
Yeah.
5 points of piercing or bludgeoning damage.
Just piercing or bludgeoning. Nothing else.
Why?
Sometimes there's fire or weird other crazy. Okay. Okay. 4?
Galen could tell you.
5. You don't do as much damage as you
Yeah.
would have liked, and that includes the song.
Yes.
All right. But you do some damage.
Mine was electricity damage, if that was super duper.
It wasn't.
Didn't feel that way.
Move, shoot, reload.
Reload. Okay. It is now Galen's turn. Galen, you are dying next to the beetle. You are going to make a dying roll. Your target, it's a flat roll, a 20-sided die. You don't roll it yet. It's going to be 10 plus your current dying level, which is 1. So you need 11 or higher. But you have the toughness feat, and that reduces your or gives you a bonus of 1. So there you go.
Roll a 10 or higher.
Yep.
That's a 3.
Okay.
5, but yeah.
All right. You are now dying 2. If you get to dying 5, you are dead.
You're dying dead.
It is now the beetle's turn. It turns against the most living mobile creature, which is the shield-bearing champion Yannick. And
You're one ugly son of a bitch.
Language, Yannick. We're trained better than that.
it also seems agitated by the gunshot sound, but from behind it, but still focuses on Yannick. And it is going to bite at you with its mandibles.
Lovely.
21 to hit.
Hit.
Why didn't that work? There we go. 15,
Miss.
16.
Also miss.
Okay. Hit you for 13 points of piercing damage.
Good lord.
Slicing deadly in. How many hit points do you have left?
It's 13. That would be 17 left.
Okay. Big, huge
Good thing I
gashes. It is then Gary. You're right behind the downed thaumaturge.
I'm disagreeing with the count.
Give me a count then.
13.
I don't like that count, but it is the count.
It's like a pit boss.
I don't like the look to affirm me knowing it, but okay, whatever. I have this. Could I see a burst of 30 feet, please?
Chris watching his hit points, the cleric watching Chris's points, and Tom watching all from above.
And Carahel in the sky watching us all.
From you?
Not
Is that what you mean
bad.
by the burst?
Not bad. All right, we're gonna do it that way then.
Everyone but
So-
me and the swarm.
But there's line of sight issues. Am I seeing that correctly?
Line of effect, it would be Jericho not able to be affected.
He's outside of the
Jericho.
30 feet as well.
Oh, there you go.
Hemlock.
Outside of the 30 feet.
Okay, because I'm seeing like shadow line, and I don't know if that's messing with everything.
Your line is right here.
Okay. All right. Then that's fine then. Then there is a pulse, and the roll is
nice.
from there. Mark it first. So how many do I have? So it's everyone but Jericho is my number here.
All right, a big healing pulse. Boom.
This is
And Hemlock as well.
everyone but
I think Hemlock was in.
Hemlock was not in the circle. He was in the circle. Okay, I'm being overruled.
He wasn't. So I just need to know.
No, I've got Hemlock at 35.
Never mind, you are right.
He was cutting across the circle.
It was getting his
the square
ear.
before.
Yeah, it's 35 distance.
That's it.
Sorry.
Sorry, Hemlock.
So no Hemlock.
Oh, hold on.
He's
You,
pretty
you
good,
did? Do you still have it open?
5.
You do it again. This was a burst, right?
It is.
A burst from a vertex.
30 feet.
We were just talking about this earlier. 30.
It's not a highlighted square, so it's not in the list, right?
Yeah, I think it's line of effect for Hemlock on the map. more
Yeah,
than
he's
anything.
just out of range.
It's fine.
Unless we go down to here, and then he doesn't have line of sight. So nothing for Hemlock.
Hemlock then. All right.
On the bright side, you're not healing the bugs. Just little bugs.
Well, this will also
hasty.
heal the big bug.
the little bugs.
Great. All 7
Sorry,
points
folks.
of damage.
These are the rules we're living in.
I love these rules.
So Dash is +4, Yannick +4, Galen +4, losing, dying, and gaining wound
And the giant beetle +4.
+4 for the
Okay.
beetle.
Hemlock, you gain plus nothing.
You
No.
neither.
Oh yeah,
Is that it?
the same.
Yeah.
X, I get 10 times
That's
as
all
much
3
as
of my
you.
actions.
That's
Okay.
a great one. Thank you.
A swarm goes over to Jericho and starts swarming over you twice with swarming bites. Reflex save 20. Reflex save 20.
All right, well, I'm gonna look up remind myself what my plus is. I have a +6. That's super good. I rolled a 5, so that's 11.
Yep.
That is not a critical failure.
Okay, what do I lose to that?
7 points of piercing damage.
That's more than last time. Is it ramping up?
And you have another roll.
Okay, because I'm at 4 hit points now. So that's super good. I rolled a 2.
That is a critical failure.
Oh no!
Okay.
So,
Do you have a hero point?
I guess I better use that because this is a good time to not use it. I'll chuck that sucker away. And since I rolled a 2.
Oh god!
All right.
Oh! These are the rules we play under.
That doesn't matter with you. I rolled really bad. I rolled 3, but 3 times 2 is 6, which is more than you have.
Oh, I'm at 0.
So you were 0, and since you went down with a critical failure, it is a dying 2 is what you jump at.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
fine. I've been
I
worse.
love the confidence.
No, I totally was
Good
working
luck,
on backup
everybody.
characters this week.
A couple people with some wounded levels. Watch out. The other swarms after Dash. Oh, just can't quite get there. Taking 3 actions to get to your area. They start swarming around you. And the Ysoki hides. He's been dealing with these bugs for a while. His fingers disappear and he ducks down underneath his vent.
Okay.
And it is Yannick's turn.
Yannick. Galen's conscious but prone. Will he provide flanking?
No.
Then Yannick will just continue to swipe at this giant beetle bug thing, hoping that we're not all doomed here. It's going to be a +8, 24 to hit.
24 to hit is a hit.
And that will be, again, 10 points of damage.
Another big slice.
Going on. Yep.
That's
10
not
points
good.
of damage.
Great expert swordsmanship.
I should throw this in just super quick.
I'm sorry.
I went down in the last fight as well, so I was at wounded 1 already.
Okay.
So I'm at dying 3, correct?
Dying 3.
Okay, I just want to make that super clear.
That is super bad.
That's the rules we're playing
Really, really
under.
bad.
Yeah.
That was an additional point of damage?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because of the we still have the courageous anthem up, even though he's down.
Nope.
No.
All right, then negate that
Oh.
piece of damage there.
Okay.
You can't be at a dying 3. That would be a wound 1 with a dying 2 presently then.
No. He got critical, which takes him to dying 2. And if he
Right.
already had wounded, you add that, so he's a dying 3.
Oh, you're saying you had wounded before.
So I went down.
Right.
Glob knocked me unconscious.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, I had the note for myself.
didn't
I
have
was
that,
wounded
so-
1.
What else you got, Yannick?
I got globbed.
Yannick will again at the beetle. This is bad news, but I don't have much else I can actually accomplish.
Hard. Second shot's harder. Good luck.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be a miss at 15.
All right. It bats away your blade accidentally with weird
I'll
antennae.
raise my shield.
Raise shield for the third one. It is Dash. Dash, you're next to this little broken grate thing that's got pinned with this Ysoki hiding and then bugs that are racing after you.
I'll be right back. Dash slaps the ground and creates a tremor. The swarm needs to make a fortitude save. And if they fail a DC of 18,
16.
that is a fail. Each creature takes 8 points of damage. And it's not a critical fail, so they're not knocked prone. I'm not exactly sure how you knock a cockroach prone, but
They have an immunity to prone.
okay.
And you said how much damage?
8.
They take significantly more damage than you were expecting. Tons of them get smashed and crushed and gobbled up by
Bludgeoning
this stuff.
rocks coming up and just kind
So
of
you did
crumbling them
8, and more is what I'm applying. Okay, got it. You shred a bunch of bugs. Still a bunch left.
I run.
That was tremor?
That was tremor.
Okay.
Correct.
So we need a tremor 10-foot blast.
Yeah. So from where I'm at, where I put my hands down, it's usually at 30 feet away from me. I just did it right where I'm on it. A 10-foot burst. So there's difficult terrain. Till the end of my start of my next turn. Start of my next turn. There we go. And I dash over towards the fallen Jericho and the other bugs, trying to take care of them as well. So I'll do a full 30 feet towards there.
Oh, there's a wall there. Here, I'll get you over there.
Oh, that's the big stone.
Yeah, there's a big stone. You're going to have to go around near the creature or back south.
Oh, there's a rock. I didn't realize the rock was right there. That's
Right
why
there.
the line of sight just keeps throwing me off. I'll go around it down to the south.
Okay. With 2 actions?
So we'll go around it. So we'll still go towards Jericho, but I've got 1 action left. So if I'm moving 30 feet with 1 action through the difficult terrain, gets me. Yeah, that looks about right. Unless I'm a little bit further back.
No, you can be back.
That's great. I'll take it. Thank you.
Did you have another action? You good?
That was 2 actions for the tremor.
2 actions for the tremor.
That's double action
Gotcha.
for that one.
Okay. That was Dash. Jericho, it is not your initiative turn. You were dropped by beetles.
I am up.
You get moved in the initiative when that happens. So it is Hemlock's turn. You just saw Jericho 10 feet away
Yeah, I
drop,
know.
swarmed by bugs.
Doing dick all to these swarms though. But my buddy Jericho's down. For all it's worth, little buggies, come get me. And I will fire at the swarm that's over Jericho
Okay.
for a 27.
Is a hit.
4 points of piercing or bludgeoning.
All right. You do some damage, but not as much as you're hoping. Half as much.
I'll reload and shoot again.
Okay.
That's a 19.
19 is a miss. Just impact on the grill.
They just scatter.
There's
Yeah.
too many. I'm sure you
So
kill
much
like
scattering.
a dozen, but
Yeah.
there just doesn't matter with the
That's a
amount.
miss. It just impacted on the surface.
Yes. We have a prone thaumaturge, Galen.
Well, the first thing I'll do is stand up.
Okay.
Your quarter managers, stay down, stay down.
Throw in the towel.
Yeah, there's a towel.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That hurts so much.
Really?
Oh. It seems like Yannick has its attention now. So with my second action,
Feels like I have its attention.
sure hope, I will mirror blink to the flanking side of this creature, recognizing that I am still in two places at the same time. So flanking with Yonic. I don't know where exactly I need to be flanking. But I think it's
Either
on the south
that
side,
spot
right?
or that spot.
Oh, but either
They
one will
both-
work.
they both
Oh,
flank.
because I'm flanking
It's a
with
big
myself.
damn bug.
Right, yeah. Which entrance do we come in at? The one at the north?
Down here.
Down at the south. Then I will take that spot right there.
Okay. And you and Agiri, since you're close, can also hear that Ysoki about 10 feet to the south behind
I
that
just
shoulder.
don't really give a shit.
Get me out! Get me out!
Yeah.
I love him.
I'm gonna take a swipe at the creature.
All right, this is your last action.
This is my last action.
Good luck.
Oof.
With flanking.
Yeah,
giving you a
I've
bonus?
got the off guard off of his armor
guard,
class
okay.
here. I'll take care of that.
Oh, that's Dookie. I'm gonna use a hero point.
I'm gonna waste this hero point.
Probably.
Burn it.
I did.
This has not been rolling well for me tonight. Did you see that?
There's another 2-2.
Oh wow,
The hero
twice.
Yeah. So that is
That's
a
some
total
weird
of
stats.
Twinning.
Not
11.
enough. Not
11. Galen is struggling this battle. Hang in there.
Not a critical miss though.
No, you're fine for that regards.
There's nothing wrong with fleeing. All those who wrote their own histories.
It's
They
true.
lived.
And on that note, with Agiri mentioning fleeing, mandibles come crunching down on shield and champion. Here we go. 31 to hit.
That's a critical hit.
Oh my god.
Only 18 points of damage.
I'm down.
And you are now
don't
dying
critical.
too, dropping to a critical.
Yep.
But you weren't wounded before, right? Not like Jericho.
Correct.
I was special.
Whips around at the mirrored image with a 15 to hit
No, it's a miss. That's a miss.
and a 14 to hit.
Oh. You're staying in that mirror phase in and out. It keeps trying to bite at you. It's like just reflecting the light.
I didn't hear no bell.
Agiri, you've got multiple people down in the party right now and multiple people wounded. What's the plan? You're up.
There's a pulse. And that is to all those within 30 feet, including
not
the
me.
bug, 10 hit points.
Oh man, even the swarm. Dang.
So not Hemlock, not the wounded Jericho.
Not the
Or
wounded
Dash.
Jericho. Is Dash not there either?
Dash is not down. Dash is down south.
Since there are two copies of Galen, do I get him
No,
twice?
he gets one effect only. Nice try.
Are you sure?
Like the way you think.
I got no choice.
I'm curious.
here,
If there was a
folks.
fireball, would he take damage twice?
I mean,
No, he
No.
takes
Is it all
he
three
rolls
actions?
twice and takes the worst.
Okay.
Christopher?
What?
Is it 3 actions?
Then that's fair.
It's all three, yeah.
Okay.
Until I'm 14, I think, and then
All right, bug heals 10.
That
I
ain't gonna
heard
happen at this rate.
it is looking to be close to back into full shape.
Great.
Agiri is done. Jericho,
Hey, what's up?
you are currently dying.
Well, that's vaguely true. Hey,
Don't-
I could roll a die and actually just straight die right now, right?
Don't roll. That's
I'm not.
That's
I'm
what
not
we're
gonna
going to
roll.
talk
I have
about.
this beautiful spiky silver one. I'm gonna roll this one.
Don't.
Just throw it right into the screen.
Giant metal
spikes in the
Slow down.
spiky ball right
a
into
breath.
the,
So-
into the fragile screen.
What is your
dying,
current,
okay?
What is your current dying level?
3.
3. So you need to roll. Don't roll yet.
I'm not. It's right here. I'll hold it up.
Just
I won't
don't drop
this
it.
time. Oh, there you
You need to roll a flat 13 or higher,
Okay.
or you go to dying 4.
Okay.
With our house rules, dying 5 kills you.
go. Okay.
If you roll a natural 1,
Natty 1.
you add 2 levels, which would instantly take you to dying 5 and kill you.
And I gotta go sit in the other room.
Hemlock room.
So, if you would please now go ahead and make your dying 13 roll.
Okay, here we go.
and the hero point cannot be used.
11.
Okay.
Oh, I saw the one and just about cringed. My whole butthole puckered up for that one.
You have failed. You are now at dying 4.
That is correct.
So you will have a decent chance of flat out being dead next round. Bugs. leave that area and swarm over to the north to the priest and thaumaturge. Each of you need to make reflex saves.
What's it take for you to disengage your illusion? Or your
I have to move.
You
I
have
can't
to
do it
move.
until the
Okay.
next turn.
Reflex save 20s.
20s. All right. That is
Die. I need a new die. So that's a fail.
Fail for Galen.
acrobats.
No, reflex.
Reflex.
Save.
It's your save of your perception.
Oh, 15.
15 is a fail. You each take 6 points of piercing damage. And then do it again as they continue to swarm. 20 is your target.
That's much better. That's a 23.
Okay.
22.
You take 2 points.
Reflex.
21.
You take 2
Oh,
points.
17.
Yeah.
Sorry, it looked like an 11.
Bugs surrounding, gorging on you. Another one of them races north towards the next bit of living flesh, which is Hemlock. You need to make reflex 20 twice, please.
That's a 25
Ooh, okay.
and a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I rolled the first one. It was a 5, so that's 2 points of damage. And I didn't roll the second one. 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Still standing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Hemlock is
God. The group is getting swarmed and eaten. I think everyone's about to die.
Pretty close.
Yep, sure are.
I feel fine.
Yeah.
It is Yannick's turn.
Yeah, the group is split. Several people are down. There's no retreat at this stage. There's, because we'd be leaving people behind, and Yannick is a leave no man behind, so he swings bravely away. It's going to be a total of 20.
Total of 20 is a miss.
And he will swing again. And there'll be a total of 13.
Is a miss.
And he'll swing again. Natural 1.
Oh, God.
Natural 1.
When you're saying lots of people are down, Jericho is the only one who's
Yeah, but that's...
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making
Yeah.
sure.
And I'm just about to bounce right back
And we
up.
have, sticks in the grate.
Wait, did you do 3 attacks?
I did.
Wouldn't you have to stand up since you were down?
Oh, yeah. So,
Go out with natural 1.
All right, yep.
that's fair.
Skip that natural one, please.
Okay.
Oh, no, I lose an action. Oh.
It is
great.
Dash's turn.
Oh, my gosh.
So good.
What does it take to stabilize Jericho?
A roll.
Is that a treat wounds?
Crash cart.
Okay.
First aid. Administer first aid. You make a medicine roll. It is 5 plus their recovery roll. What's your dying value?
Foa.
So 14 plus 5, 19 is your medicine 19.
Medicine 19. And the treat wounds wouldn't do that separately, right? That would. I have a treat wounds with the DC 15.
Treat wounds is spending 10. You need battle medicine to do that in the middle of combat.
I don't have battle medicine.
That you don't have.
Pretty sure. I have a healer's kit.
That's super a gimme man.
Well, I'm going to make it a little bit easier then. Dash is going to run up to Jericho
That's me.
and open up a minor elixir of life and stuff it in his face.
Okay, that is 2 actions to do that, and you force that potion down his throat. How much does he heal?
1d6, which is 4.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out what my hit points are now.
And I got an alert. We have a hero point. Derek, who gets a hero point? Choose wisely.
Don't waste it.
Yannick gains a hero point.
Thank you.
Being heroic, Yannick.
He's our hero.
the positive, eager to begin.
No, he's got the Picard hand in the head is what he was doing. Dash, I think he had another action left.
That was 2 actions for the potions, right?
No.
1 action for that. Okay, then I'll throw a whole bunch of rocks tremoring up underneath with the elemental blast at the bugs that are going after Hemlock. And I'm going to attack them for 16.
Is a miss.
Dang it. That's it.
All right, it is Hemlock's turn. You got bugs swarming over you. Big Beetle, who is mostly unhurt.
Yep. I'm going to move 10 feet to the east. Take aim at the big beetle. I'm gonna move, reload, take aim at that big beetle.
Great.
It's shit damage to the swarms. It's no
Shoot,
good.
true.
Is that a miss?
That's a natural one.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's a bad miss. Did you get a hero point just now from Derek?
I sure did.
Oh, just checking.
All right. You do have Grim points.
Oh yeah! Shit yeah!
Just FYI.
How about a 23?
Is a hit.
Much better.
You now have 4 grim
I
points.
sure do. 4 points of piercing or bludgeoning damage.
Okay, done. That's it for you. And always, Galen, where are you reforming with your mirror?
On the backside of the
Far
bug.
side.
Away from the swarm. No, the other one.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember that beetle's next.
I just shout out, fight or retreat.
Just get sticks and go.
And get the stone off the grate. If I run south, do I have to go through the swarm?
This guy right here.
Yeah.
You can, but you can if you go fast. They need like a second to get all over you.
Okay. So let's see, 25 towards Jericho. Okay. Perfect. And Jericho is prone, right?
Yeah, Jericho.
But conscious but prone.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's prone.
Okay.
Points.
Can I spend an action to help Jericho up?
You can. Jericho's on his feet.
I pull you to your feet. Can I also pull him onto my shoulder?
You can.
Does that take another action?
That takes half your movement.
Okay. Then I will do that and spend the other half of my movement to move south.
All right, give him 15 movement to the south
With Jericho.
with Jericho on his shoulders.
Hey, buddy.
Galen is getting out of dodge.
My Edlin homie.
The beetle strikes out. I keep hitting.
How many hit points did we get on that last roundabout? 10? Excellent.
The beetle strikes out with a 25 to hit.
Who?
You.
I'm prone, and yeah.
Oh, wait,
absolutely.
No, you weren't prone. You stood up.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's why I
Well,
was
yeah.
after you.
Absolutely, I was hit.
And then an 11 and a 9 to hit.
Yeah, both misses.
Okay. 12 points of bludgeoning damage from its foot.
I will be back down.
Yannick is down. What's your dying level?
3.
Oh God.
It is Gary's turn. You've now had another person go down.
Jeez.
He is 5 feet away from you. You also hear a little, help, let me out, from a Ysoki 10 feet away.
Alrighty. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. How heavy is Yannick?
You can pick him up for an action and move half speed if you would like thereafter.
But I have bugs south of me?
Yep.
But you can move through them.
Yep.
Can move through them. That's gotta happen then. He will be picked up for an action.
Okay, you have Yannick in tow.
Then moving half speed south, moving half speed again.
So 30 total movement.
And veering off
Awesome.
to try and catch up with other people who are going in that direction. if
Okay. Done.
possible. I won't tell anyone I saved you.
Jericho, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to, if I delay my turn,
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster.
if I delay my turn, what's the process for delaying one's turn? Does it cost something?
You just say no. You say I'm going to delay, and you jump back in whenever you want, and that's your new initiative.
Okay,
You just say-
I'm gonna delay my turn.
Okay. Okay, done.
And I will say, just Galen, get us to the door
On it.
only.
All right. Is the group in an agreement to flee?
No. I mean, everyone else should flee, but Dash is going to go act and try to do what he can with the rock and getting sticks out.
Okay, so here's what will happen. Everyone will flee successfully. We will have a dying roll made for Yannick, who may flat out die because he's at 3. If you continue, you will be in a world of hurt worn by 3 of these creatures.
Okay, but
Any role-playing things?
Yes,
I mean, I'm unconscious.
Well done.
yes, I had things I was going to do. Well, my goal was in saying to Galen to get me to the door that as soon as he gets the guy out and anyone else was behind us, because Galen was going to act before most everyone else, I was going to use my spell Gravitational Pull to then pull people further.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, you're able to do so, and you are able to get...
I can target up to 5 people and pull them with a 3-action cast and pull them 20 feet. So my hope was that if Galen got us to the door, that he was kind of ahead of most, 1, 2, 3, and the other Ysoki, that if on their turns, anyway, that I could be able to pull them further towards us.
That is what we have represented on the map. You've pulled and gotten the group in tight with your Ysoki. Dash squirming and swimming in the air as you pull him towards
Dash,
you.
this fight isn't winnable.
but he's gonna die.
So will we.
Well, my goal was that as soon as you open that grate to pull.
No,
that never happened.
That never happened.
It really is that giant boulder, right? That's what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Huge stone.
He's still safe there for now.
Sticks, we're gonna come back.
Perhaps if we just long rested.
Sticks, stay strong. Well,
Dash takes 7 points of spirit damage.
I'm not a hero.
Racial guilt.
These fucking brothers. We're not supposed to be food. Oh no!
Sticks are friends, not food.
What is your decision, Dash? The group is leaving. It's what you're deciding to do.
Yeah,
Guilt tripping you heavily.
there's just no way I can do it. I mean, ears flat, nose wrinkled. Dashes out with the rest of the group.
All right, the group runs out to the battle area, out of that suspended bridge of grates and sewer and sludge. You run down some tunnels.
Get you for this.
The giant beetle can't catch you. Some of the cockroaches give chase, and after a few beats, you stop, catch your breath, and you look at the champion in Agiri's arm. And we need you to make one and only. We'll assume you're stabilized afterwards. Dying roll. You are dying 3.
Yep.
So it is a dying 13 roll. If you roll a 1. You are dead.
One point of note, I do have toughness, so is it dying 12
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. Make the roll.
then? Here we go. And that is a 9.
Okay. With some help from Agiri, he is able to stabilize you with a stabilized cantrip, I believe you have.
Yes.
And-
Oh no. Yes.
That's level 3.
And there's a calm moment. And what would you guys like to say there as you catch your breath?
Did we get him?
We did not.
You did your best.
I don't feel very good.
Dash, I'm so sorry.
I am too.
Yeah, I'll let Jericho.
He's not dead. He's not dead.
I'll let Jericho down off my shoulders and just hold your hand for a moment. Are
So
you
he
all
kind of
right?
does, and I kind of shake, and then he just leans in and remembers that grew up in the same town as Galen, but Galen was always several years. I mean, was always older, and kind of looked up to him, and kind of had this moment. And this really is the closest that Jericho ever came to dying, and he just kind of has a little bit of a break and leans in, puts his head right up on the hip about where he's at, and just wraps his arm around him. And takes him a good 30 seconds to kind of, then kind of backs up. I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay.
I know you are.
No, we've got to get the Dash's friend when we can. As soon as we can, we got to get him.
We need rest, and we need help.
I need to find my other kidney.
What wounded levels are everyone at?
One.
I went dying 3 straight up.
You're
so
at wound 2.
Wound 2, yeah.
So I was a wounded 1, then I went to dying 4. I don't know how that math
You're
works.
at wound 2.
Two, which just adds
Okay.
up one level.
I'm a wounded 2.
So we have a 2, and a 1, and a 1. That is
Awesome. We're super
wow.
good. We're super good. I feel
Wow.
great.
All right, and we will take our break there, both in time and emotionally. We will return in just a little bit.
I'm crying on the inside.
It is the next morning, late morning, sleeping in late. The heroes have returned back to their beds to recover, lick their wounds, some more than others, and you all get all your health back, you get all your spell slots back. You each lose a level of the wounded condition. So those of you at 1 are clear, those of you at 2 are at 1. And everyone is now up to level 3.
Whoa.
We finally have gained the level 3 character sheets.
Back into the sewers, boys. Let's go.
Fever that we are still.
Yes.
If able, if I can identify it and work with it, I would like to be able to treat it.
First, you have to suffer from it.
Every good teacher
This
does.
is Tom's.
Suffer from it. All right. Blah, blah, blah.
is
That is you and Jericho.
Yeah.
Make level 3 character fortitude saves. 16 is your target number.
I rolled exactly a 16.
Okay, you are cleared of the disease.
Nice job.
13 is a failure to them.
Okay, you are stage 2. You are now sickened 1, and you cannot remove the sickened condition until the disease is cured.
Okay.
And you want to try to cure said disease.
Yes.
That is...
And I'm sorry, Jericho's fever is.
He's out. He broke it.
I'm all good.
Treat disease. You need to spend an additional 8 hours. So it is now 10 in the morning when everyone's roughly getting up from a late night of battle. So that will take a significant amount of time. So you have to decide when you want to do that. Because I heard someone say we're going back as soon as possible, but I don't know if that's the case. And you guys are able to gather maybe outside of Galen's house and pull yourself together. What would you guys like to do?
And one wants to spend a significant amount of time cleaning his weapons from taking a dunk in the goo.
All right.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Dash is going to head to the tents to go find Pendy and the Elder and let them know what we encountered and what the situation is.
Okay. You go out to the tents district outside the old wall near the new wall, and you share that information in a big, large tent with a bunch of Ysoki gathered. 20 of them all sitting or laying down. You are the one standing up, addressing them all, and one of them says, "But what do we do? Are you giving up?
We're not.
Is he dead?"
We don't know, but we're not stopping. No one should go after Styx. It is very dangerous in there. We are trained, we are strong, and we had a lot of encountered problems that we had to get in there. But we know exactly what we're fighting now and how to fight them. So we're going to do our best to get him back out. But no one follow where Styx went. No one try to save him. There's only one hero here. And it is not me, but it will be. So stay alive, stay safe. Keep the pups away.
And Nims, I believe, is his name, the oldest of the Ysoki. Nims or Nems? I can't remember.
Nems.
Nims?
Nems
Nems.
is what I had, but what do I know?
Nems. He says,
I knew that.
You heard Dash. We will wait for a word for Dash, and he will quickly rescue our brother." And he pats you on the shoulder. And you hear, "You can do it, Dash! Go, Dash! Dash! You can do it!" And they cheer you on, and they swarm around you in a warm little mass of adorable, cuddly Ysoki huddle, and pat you, and you are able to slip out, maybe even some not even knowing it, and you're gone, and they continue to pet what they think is you. You pet backwards and get out, and you return back to your friends.
Oh, I also let them know about my attacker. I give them the description and tell them that whole fable.
Okay.
I would like to chat with Yannick. So
Yeah.
Galen approaches Yannick. Yannick, we have I have a meeting with the mayor this afternoon. If things go our way, we'll be returning the 6 stone to
Hopefully. Yes.
the wall. Would you be willing to let me look at your stone,
Yeah.
the 7th stone?
As a matter of fact.
I had a thought. I know you want this for the new temple. We've encountered demonic entities personally 3 times. I feel like it might be helpful for us to have a little protection of our own. Perhaps we could break off some of these pieces of crystal and each of us have a little bit of protection to carry around.
That is a thought.
Small chip.
I do not like the idea of breaking it. But the more we know of these stones, the better. And Yannick will produce.
We're all confused,
Looked like a
Christopher.
Geary,
What the hell
looked
is
like he
that?
was-
You
The
waved
more
your
you
hand?
know.
Oh, okay.
That's the rainbow.
I thought you were going, no, hold on a second.
Knowledge will always serve us, and he will produce and give Galen a stone to examine and learn what he can from it.
All right, you have 2 of these stones. You're giving him 1 of these stones. Okay.
For
Galen.
real this time.
Galen, make a roll.
And I'd like to, before we do that, I'd like
Yes.
to actually bring Hemlock in as well, because I know Hemlock's kind of got this crafting capability, and I'd like him to look at the stone with me to see if it looks like it could be fractured or chipped or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Galen, I still want you to make a roll. This is occultism, and 14 is your target. I'm sorry, 13 is your target number. Level 3 occultism.
I thought my occultism went up to 8.
Yeah, you made that an expert. No, it should be 7.
It is a 7. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, everything I've got is 7 maxed out too.
That's
training.
a 14.
I believe that's higher than I said.
Yep.
Great. You have a sense as Hemlock starts to grab and take a look at this that this is possibly dangerous for you to touch with your supernatural connection.
Do I get that same sense for just me or for everybody?
For you.
Well, I'm not one to shy away from the darker side of things, so I would like to proceed.
Okay.
With Hemlock's help.
Hemlock, you can make a crafting roll, please.
To a 12.
12. You cannot make heads or tails of this thing. You don't know how to break it or get it into pieces at all. It just seems insurmountable.
Yeah. Cannot.
He's really
Yes.
just polishing his
It's
gun.
also-
Huh? No, can't do it. Huh? No.
Seriously, don't. This is not something that we should fuck with. We should not do this. I think as a whole, all of these stones work together. I don't know if breaking one of them is going to protect us.
Stones have already been broken. They're putting shards in the wall, and each
Yeah,
of
and they
those
said
shards
that it
is
took all
creating-
of the shards working together to do this warding effect.
on a city scale.
Either way, I'm not powerful or knowledgeable enough to break this.
Do you know anybody who might have the skill?
Maybe, but I'm not sure. We can I have one person I can ask, but I highly doubt she is going to want to mess with this sort of magic.
Yannick, what's your take?
I am interested in finding out more about the stones. I am not anxious to destroy them. And if we were to find enough knowledge, that would be the smart choice.
Do you
Yeah.
think the temple has? I mean, you're collectors of knowledge. No, do you think the temple? Merrill said he found something out about these stones in an old book. Do you think you have anything we could draw on at the temple?
We should have knowledge there, absolutely. And I'm sure there are others within the halls of Carahel and within Edlinholm, if no other place, that we will be able to learn more of this.
Perhaps we send a rider to your main temple and ask them for information about projection stone.
We will carry this last stone for some time either way, I believe, as it is, as I have originally believed, it should probably rest in the Temple of Carahel, but we are all in danger. And if this stone can be of direct use to us and benefit as such, and will not harm the city to not be there, then it makes sense for us to use it. But we must learn more about it. Unfortunately, there are other pressing matters before us. And I've been thinking about our little beetle problem. And I believe fire and smoke.
Which we have in
Indeed.
our possession.
Will be our benefit in that sewer. And get our Dash's little friend.
I agree we should head down there. I'm wondering if we couldn't benefit from some backup.
Who do you have in mind?
Yeah. Who do you have in
Who do we
mind?
know?
That other priest who's practically worthless. You've ruined any help from the guard. No.
I mean, when you put it that way.
It does sound offensive.
So who else do we have? A bunch of masons? I don't think there's anybody in this city that's going to help us.
What about the toadies? We helped Avelia.
The toadies are not warriors. They are great at moving things around, but they are not warriors. We cannot bring. They will be leading lambs to slaughter. I think if we go in there, we know we can't defeat. I don't think we have a shot at defeating those creatures. But if we work together, get Dash in there to move that boulder, and the rest of us, protect him and each other, we just go in, grab that little guy, and beat feet. And we come back another day to destroy that monster. It didn't follow us out. I don't think it's an immediate threat to the city. I think it's, if anything, maybe just trying to protect its home.
And perhaps it's food.
And Yannick will hold out his hand to take the stone back from Galen.
Oh, I reluctantly
with
it.
And Yannick has a cloth in his hand
Wilderness.
and takes it, wraps it,
All right.
and places it securely away.
And also officially, Galen, you never touched that one.
I never touched that stone?
Correct. Because I
I
said
thought I had touched both of them.
not that one.
Oh, well, in that case, before I hand it back, I'm certainly grasping.
Okay, great. You grasp it, and he is flung backwards 15 feet, tumbling and tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. You take 12 points of void damage, and you see a big pair of flaming eyes in your vision, and they come closer and closer and closer, breathing heavily, closer and closer, overwhelm you, and you gain the Doomed 1 condition.
That sounds lovely.
It's not.
That means you are one less on your
Everything.
dying check.
So you will now die at dying level 4.
Do I pick up anything else from this vision of the flaming eyes?
Nope. Lots of eyes all over you. And then you snap out of it and go rolling backwards.
What happened?
Burning eyes, flaming eyes, huge, staring at me. That's all I saw.
How much void damage did you take?
12.
Jeez.
Well, let me have a look at that anyways. And after after taking and putting the stone away, I met the wound, and Yannick can heal exactly 12 hit points now.
All right.
With his lay on hands.
I'm assuming you're healing Galen.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, brother Aguirre, do you have some extra time?
What do you need? I'm just studying diseases, and I am fraught with them.
Look at this! That's not even a real color!
If you're
Press that. Look at it jiggle.
if you're busy, I don't want.
Sores around the lips, though, have nothing to do with this.
Jericho, I can help you.
I don't want to interrupt you too much.
Jericho,
Okay, I'll go.
let's come over here and we can work on these together.
Some items you guys are working
I
on.
would I assumed that's what you were getting after.
A couple things. Derek, who gets a hero point? Aguirre earns a hero point.
I knew rupturing that blister would help.
And Dash, on your way back, you see there are some signs that are posted on parchment that are pinned to some of the tents or nailed to some of the wooden shacks out in the tents district outside the wall. And the signs all say the same thing. In 3 months, all people living within the old and new wall are eligible to vote in the upcoming election.
Is it a mayoral election?
Yes.
We have work to do.
You start printing the posters for Jericho. You're fundraising.
How are you feeling, Jericho?
I'm great. I'm good.
You seem a little subdued.
Just thoughtful. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Hemlock, we can sit down and look at these.
So you do not need my help.
You look busy. That's okay. It's all right.
Very well.
We may need your help in a few
I'm
minutes. But right
just
now,
rescheduled.
right now,
Yes,
take care of yourself, please.
I'm done.
Well, you want to help us look at some of these things?
Sure, I'm available. Go right ahead.
All right.
And he pulls out this little satchel he's got. This little man bag.
It's a fine satchel.
It is. Well, here, I'm gonna pull this out, and it goes, and pulls out this axe that's twice as long as he is out of this little bag.
That's a magnificent bag.
It's a big bag.
All right.
I'm eager about this bag too.
Aguirre takes a look at things, spending just 10 minutes studying them. I'm guessing inside Galen's house, looking at things over. You are able to successfully identify all 5.
You the man.
You have identified the bag as a bag of holdings. Surprise, surprise.
Yay.
There is a new name. It's called a spacious pouch, but we're going to call it a bag of holding. Forget that remaster crap. It's a bag of holding. And it holds 25 bulk inside of it. Wow. This is a nice level 4 item, by the way. So really juicy and powerful. It's an extra dimensional space larger than the outside dimensions. It doesn't add to the weight. You can interact to pull whatever you want out of it. And if it's ever overloaded or broken, it's ruptured and ruined, and anything inside is lost forever. But you cannot put someone in there. A living creature can be put in there, but they have limited time. But I don't think they get destroyed. Maybe they get destroyed. That could be interesting. I digress.
I'll climb right in and try.
No.
That is a bag of holding, officially bag of holding type 1.
That looks handy.
You've also identified 2 feather tokens. You found a feather token bird, and this it's a consumable. And when you activate it, that transforms into a small sparrow that sits upon your finger for you to relay a message up to 1 minute in length, along with the name and rough location of the recipient. It must be someone you have met and a location somewhere where you have visited before. Can't be something brand new. Then the bird flies off, traveling at 30 miles an hour, searching for the target in the location, and it tries to find them, moves straight to them, and emanates the bird, and then vanishes. And it can only go for 10 hours. So
300
There's 2 of those?
miles. No,
Oh.
that's one. The other is a chest feather token chest. When you use this, the feather forms into a small wooden chest that flops open. You can put 10 bulk worth of items inside there. Spend an action to slam it closed, and it changes into a key that you can then pick up. Then, at any other time, you can activate it, and the key reappears back into a chest. You can pull everything out. When you close the lid, the chest is gone forever.
Super cool.
Then you have found a great axe known as a retribution axe. Grace got a snort from someone.
From the one person that can probably
From Chris?
use that.
Great axe does not do a ton of special abilities because it is all about raw damage. So the great axe does 1d12 points of damage with 2 hands.
Jeez.
Which is juicy. This is a great axe of retribution, so it is a +1 to hit. And whenever a creature damages you, a skull that is on the end of the axe turns into the appearance of the creature that just hit you. And then you get a +2 bonus to your next damage roll against that creature before the end of your next turn. If you're hit by multiple creatures, it's only the last face that appears on there for retribution.
Interesting.
And finally, you have found a Belt of Good Health, another nice level 4 item. It is a worn belt. When you put it on, its buckle glows for a moment and then spreads energy throughout you, then fades. You increase your current and maximum hit points by 4.
Nice.
That is, may sound small, but it can make a difference.
Yeah. Has Belt of Good Health?
Is that like once per day?
And it's permanent. As long as you wear that belt,
Shit.
it's permanent. You have +4 more hit points.
All right.
There's an attunement period to it.
Just like very little time.
All right.
Do you find anything about that broken dagger, or is that just a broken dagger?
Just a broken dagger.
I would like to look at that as we've been seeing all this summoning stuff, and just does it look like, from my some knowledge of occult, might be something used in a summoning type of thing.
Make a occultism roll.
Do. 23,
23.
22.
22. Going back a step. Investing in an item just takes a couple action. You just claim that this is mine and then it's yours, but you can't. But once you invest it, you can't benefit as long as you meet the other requirement. But lastly, you can invest no more than 10 items. If you remove it, it loses investiture, but it still counts towards your daily limit. So you can't grab it and then swap out between friends easily. Generally, we just have one person to invest, is how that works. But you can do it instantly. Pretty much instantly. Back to the bard. You do believe there is an essence to summoning to this dagger. You have heard of some traits and rituals that involve destroying something violent to summon an evil. Whether that's elementals or demons, you have heard both.
All right. With all that pile of stuff that I've had inside, I kind of pull one out and I go, the axe, of course. I'll walk over. I have this giant axe. Is this? I mean, I know you like your shield, but would this be something that would be better for you? Or you think about that.
Thank you.
I mean, if you don't, I'll use it because I'm super good with those.
It is perhaps. It could be valuable in some situations, but I'm not. It's not exactly my speed, so to say. But thank you.
Would that belt help? Because you get hit the most.
That is a possibility.
Because then, if you don't have the shield, you have the belt, and then you hit him with the axe.
That's a whole lot of things for me to take out of that. Galen, is this axe valuable to you?
I feel like it would be better served in the hands of our champion.
Yeah.
Well,
That belt, however.
I mean, the belt can
really
be used by
good.
anybody. But
This is
if you're going to put your shield away, I thought it would be a fair trade.
yes,
Put your
and I
shield
think
away.
in the immediate battle it will be beneficial. I think in the long term, if it will not be of benefit to us, we should consider maybe selling it and
we just
Either
had
less.
half of our party fall down on the ground. And our dear friend Agiri trying to keep us all up. I think anything that helps us stay on our feet would be super useful.
indeed.
And are we that? Oh wait! Oh here, I'm reaching to the bag again. I go. There's 6 gold for everybody.
I'll take that 6 gold.
I immediately hand my 6 gold back to you, Jericho. This will not cover my debt, but it is a step forward.
What that?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Keep this.
You need me to hold it in the bag for you?
Nope. It is yours.
I don't do much with money.
Buy yourself something nice.
Okay. I appreciate it. My mama told me to say thank
Maybe
you.
some new
Thank you.
strings for your loot.
Oh, was it sounding out of...
No, it sounds great.
Okay.
And your elixir of life is
We
gone.
have, we have a nifty bag that like I could hide in. Is there someone who feels very attached to a bag?
You could probably.
I am acquiring books all the time.
You are. This is
But-
super good for you. I just hand it to you.
I do have a bag, but I could take this one.
You could put your other bag in that bag.
That violates programming rules. Somewhere.
That other bag could be useful. I could store a weapon or 2 in it, as I seem to be
Oh, yeah, 'cause
acquiring
he's
them
swapping.
presently.
Do you want this bag
I'll take the bag.
of holding?
No, the other bag.
Licensed,
sturdy
copyrighted,
satchel.
Wizards of the Coast, 1980. You want the smaller bag? This won't hold any of the weapons that you're discussing, but you're welcome to it. It's a sturdy bag. A sturdy satchel, rather. Hardness 5.
I thought it was like 2 bulk or something.
Take the big one.
Carries 1
Seth
tome and a
is
fire
saying
kindle.
this? Haven't you held every bag of holding in the
Yeah.
entire Bard's history?
I can't be greedy every season.
Really? All right.
We got this little feather. It said, and you guys were talking about need to get a message back to Edlin home.
Indeed.
This would be what could get that there, right?
Thank you. And I'll take that for now.
And I don't know who wants.
So he's received
what's
every
that?
item so far after going.
Just trying to get through it.
Someone tried to steal your guns.
We
This
can
might be a
sort it
great-
later.
Did you want that?
Dash walks up behind Jericho. What's this? Oh,
Yep.
Okay, you can have that.
Perfect.
So you swallowed a
a feather. It's probably fine.
okay. Try not to activate it accidentally with your tongue.
While you're handing things out there, Jericho, can I see that dagger with the broken tip?
Yeah. Oh, I will tell you all. I think this was used to summon Glob.
Yeah.
It's the type used in that type of thing.
Yeah.
And back with me and my family used to summon
Uh huh.
demons. That's a joke. I didn't mean that.
Hand it to me. Uh huh.
I agree. I agree with your assessment. I just want to close my eyes for a moment, concentrate, and see if I pick up any sense from this broken dagger.
And what was that feat again?
That is psychometric resonance.
Psychometric. There it is. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay, you touch the dagger, and psychometric resonance does trigger with a significant emotional response. And the emotional response is chaos, destruction, and fear. And you have a brief sensation of something coming towards purple.
Towards purple. Goodness.
Loosen
I
your grip
believe
a
part
little bit.
of this is also I gain.
Death grip doesn't work.
Just a little more. Just a little more.
That's there.
I believe I get a vision of a person's face whose emotion is imbued.
You see no face.
Chaos, destruction, and danger headed toward purple. Yannick.
Yes.
Don't know who or what used this, but considering the dream that you had, I thought you should know there is some powerful emotion and energy in this deck. Just swirling danger and chaos, and something about the color purple and danger rushing toward it.
This
I know.
the sphere that Glob came from was purple.
Yeah.
And I think Jericho, you had said that it was used in summoning.
Feels,
daggers.
seems like
Yeah.
a pretty summony dagger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is
I don't.
past, present, or future.
More evidence of the rising challenges around us. We are seemingly embroiled in.
Hey. Did you guys notice? Do you look?
You've been pet recently.
Dash stands up,
Your pecs
looking
look bigger.
taller and possibly a little bit stronger, and just kind of sits there in the pose for a little bit.
You're very handsome, Dash.
Thank you.
Those are level 3 packs.
I feel a lot stronger and a lot more capable,
Have you been?
and like we should go kill
been
some
lifting?
bugs.
Agreed.
Don't we need to? You need to meet with Mayor Shipbag.
The mayor is a lesser concern
How
than the
long
life
until our
of the
meeting?
Ysoki.
We're
Very
meeting him in
good.
the afternoon.
Okay. How long until our meeting?
It's early morning.
I don't have a
right
good
now,
sense of
I
time,
believe.
really. I'm not. My watch.
You're
is
a
broken.
bard.
Can only count to 4.
Is that sun there all the time? That's terrible.
I don't want to hear that right now,
Horrible
Jeremy.
inside the building.
Well, hopefully we'll still be able to make it to the meeting, but either way,
It's called common time for a reason.
Styx is our priority.
Really, I get your friend.
And I've been thinking about that. We have those dwarven daisies, and the creatures seem to be bothered by your gunfire. You have the ability, Dash, to break the stone that was over the grate.
Yes.
We should go in and attempt to distract and create as many obstacles against these creatures as we can.
Isn't that what I said earlier?
I heard you, but let him
Okay,
finish.
Very good.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
He's
Yeah.
been through a lot.
I'm gonna start playing a little like martial tune.
Alright, let's go. Enough
I just want to
panicking.
remind everyone that we do have explosives.
The daisies.
Someone should have mentioned the dwarven daisies earlier.
There was no. I had my hand on it several times, but without destroying people that were already on the ground, it was
Choices
not
have to be made,
advantageous to
Hemlock.
use.
Let's hand them out. Who's going to be carrying them?
I think they're all
The one with the
handed out.
bag of holding.
So who has them?
Hemlock has one. I thought
That's
it
it.
was Dash Yannick,
Yeah,
if
and
memory
we
serves
We
correct.
need better
Let me
ordnance
t- I'll-
tracking.
we
can't have
do, we truly
explosives.
do.
Quartermaster. About.
I'm not necessarily gonna need that because I'll be trying to draw the.
But it was your idea.
The- I know, but I'm gonna be the one drawing the attention away and trying to bring the creatures towards me.
I'll take yours.
Thank you.
Dash
I'll
hands
hand-
his to you.
And
I
Hemlock
really
grabs it.
don't need to.
Hemlock will take 2.
All right.
I would take one, but I throw like a halfling.
Now, what do these do again?
We have no idea. We never determined that.
That's
Let's
not
go.
true. Not true. You can heft them about 20 feet. We'll do a bunch of fire damage and some splash damage.
All right.
My only other thought was this is generally a dark environment. Perhaps they're sensitive to light. Should we bring something that can make.
I was glowing
A big
like a
source
beacon
of
last
light.
time, thanks to our cleric. So
Oh, were you? I
didn't-
must have missed that.
Yeah.
You are unconscientious.
Ah, I am unconscientious. That is for sure. Just ask that.
All right, you guys are heading back into the sewers, I hear.
Sounds like it.
All right, it is 11 o'clock in the morning, heading towards noon, and you guys make your way across town towards the canal.
Can we have sent a message like from Galen's wife like set up a message to get
Cookie?
out to the mayor's office? We may be late for our meeting.
Because we're killing evil things within his
Yeah.
city.
Send the
Geist
bird
groceries.
messenger to Gideon.
But then
Let's just
Stops
go.
there.
Let's just
It
go. Yeah, I agree.
shouldn't take long if
Alright.
it goes well.
It will,
If it
but-
goes poorly, there's gonna be 6 corpses.
We can
on
tell
the
him it
scene.
was our special time.
Yes.
That's fair. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
You guys head down into the sewer, making your way down. Who's first?
Yeah, Yannick?
Goes falling. No, you're good.
Remembering what had happened before, we take caution.
You take caution. You make your way down towards the watery area with the beetle and the bugs. You creep out. You see nothing. You hear chittering sounds. You hear something from above. The group heads out, and as you start to cross and make your way towards the Ysoki, the creatures return, fully healed, ready to slay you again. Shall we go to battle?
Next time, when we see the bards, will they survive?
All right, we will stop there for tonight. We will see what happens with the bards then, and we will have Jeremy gone next time.
You guys got this.
Yeah, so
You don't need me.
maybe Dash is out trying to. Why would the hell Dash of all
We
people
wouldn't
not
know
be
without
there?
Dash.
Yeah.
None
Dash
of the rest
falls
of us
into
can
the
move
thing
that
and-
damned rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting challenge. So we'll see what happens next week then. Someone grab Dash's character sheet.
Yeah.
Be ready to go, and it's going to play, Jeremy. If you die, you die.
I think Derek just jumps in next to me.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see if the bards can handle this battle. I think this is the first time ever we've done a battle. It's round 2.
take 2.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with level 3 heroes.
I mean, at least within because we went back into that cave before and ended up.
That's true,
defeating
a long
it,
time
but
ago.
That was like
That was a
500
10-level gap
Yeah.
between those two.
yeah, that's true.
All right, and we will see you all next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.